Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Runilin once again. I'm currently on the tab brilliant.org as you can see on the screen. And today I'm going to continue some more practice exercise with this programming and CS, speak the language of computers. I haven't done this recording part for quite a long time. Why? Because of my end of semester exams, but now I'm ready to continue this session once again like I mentioned to you previously. However, today I'm going to do this agrammatic thinking as I'm displaying you with a pointer here, so I'll click on it. Alright, agrammatic thinking. Objective is to master the fundamentals of designing algorithms and the key to solving problems with computers. Now here we are at level 2, prioritizing shorter durations. And this exercise called testing algorithms is what I'm going to do some workout questions today. So let's follow with me, shall we? So I'll click on this start to begin the lesson. Alright, there we go. First exercise. We need to construct a valid schedule with the following descriptions given. No conflicts, every rejected talk conflicts with an accepted one, and no accepted talk can be replaced by a shorter rejected one. So which one or two must be satisfied with this? Rejected, accepted, no conflict, accepted talk can be replaced by rejected one. I think these two. Replaced by shorter rejected one, so shorter one must apply. So I think that's it. Let's check. That's right. Let's click Y to see the reasoning. Yeah, since B and C, two shortest talks, schedule satisfy all three criteria. No accepted talk can be replaced by shorter rejected one, so two accepted must be short, not the longer one A, which contradicts this third description like I just mentioned to you, so only B and C are correct with the one shaded in blue. Alright, let's click on continue. Construct the schedule that the algorithm creates. The talks list is in the order that talks were submitted from left to right. Alright, if not a conflict, then top to accepted. So accepted to left to right. Not in conflict, accepted, so these two must apply. Let's check to see whether it's correct or not. Yes, that is correct. Let's click on Y. The algorithm runs through the talks in the order A, B, C. Firstly, accepts A on the left, then accepts B because it doesn't conflict with A. Finally, it rejects C because it conflicts with A. So only A and B are correct, shaded in blue once again. Alright, another a little too simple problem here, I suppose. Continue. Does this algorithm correctly solve this problem? Oh, no conflicts, every rejected talk conflict with accepted one. And no accepted talk can be replaced by a shorter rejected one. Oh wait, not conflict, talk to accepted, left to right. So previous two, they don't necessarily meet the requirements together. So I think it's a no. Let's check. That's it. Now let's see why for its reasoning. Oh yes, a correct algorithm can solve all instances of a problem. Finding even one counterexample proves that the algorithm doesn't solve the problem. Well, but for instance, this algorithm always accepts the first talk. So it will fail to pick shorter talks if the first talk is the longest. So this one is like a bit of a counterexample to the previous problem I just mentioned to you. So you must better be careful when you try to solve these basic problems next time out. Alright, anyway, continue. Yeah, algorithm always meet first two criteria, but it doesn't always achieve the third. So first two in ticks, but last one in a cross. As a result, this counterexample proves that the algorithm doesn't generally solve this problem, as I already explained to you earlier. Anyway, continue. So the counterexample that proves that algorithm doesn't solve this problem are these two. Which one it should be? Yes, similar to previous problem, so the second on the right must prove the counterexamples just as that. Let's check. That is correct, as I just told you. Let's see why once again. Yes, the algorithm accepts A and B, first two. It can be replaced by C, so doesn't mean the third criterion. So counterexample is no accepted talk can be replaced by shorter rejected one. Shorter rejected to replace this one. Like this is longer one. So yeah. And if I click on it, here's the schedule that satisfies all the three criteria, but which the algorithm does not find at all. So B and C. Like just a similar problem I just demonstrated to you, so you just better watch out for it. Let's click continue, by the way. Alright, select the counterexample that proves this algorithm doesn't solve this problem. So which one is correct? So first two, this one is longer than this one, so this one on the left must prove the counterexample. Slightly different, but I assume this must be correct. Let's check. Yes, that's right. Let's see why once again. Yes, once again, algorithm accepts first A and second B, but B can be replaced by C, so it doesn't meet the third criterion. So here's another schedule that satisfies all three criteria, which the algorithm does not find at all once again, A and C. So similar problem here, you have to generally figure out and consider which three of them will be selected and prove the counterexample that generally contradicts the statements all given above here, like the descriptions I've already explained to you. So, alright, better watch out for it again. Let's click continue, by the way. Counterexamples can tell us when the algorithm needs improvement. These two in ticks, but last one across. So shorter rejected one, talk accept this, or the first two, only two satisfy here. Alright, I'm not going to repeat this expression once again. So I think it's time to put on our test with some practice questions. Now it's time to take it all. Continue. Alright, now it's time for skill check. As always, similar to previous chapters, I'm going to do 3 practice questions in these 3 tabs you can see just next to the long green bar. So I'm going to proceed the first question right now. Continue. Right, select the counterexample. Prove that the algorithm doesn't solve this problem. Similar problem, but which two must be correct? Yes. No conflict and fight to accept it. No satisfy shorter rejected one, so I think this one on the right must satisfy. Similar problem, but not too difficult to find it exactly right. Let's check. Yup, that's correct. Let's see why again. Yes, algorithm accepts A and B. However, A can be replaced by C, the shorter rejected one, so doesn't meet the criterion shown in the red cross. This statement is proving a contradiction here. Alright, I'm not going to repeat it again, so continue to the second question. Alright, the second one, select the counterexample. Once again, prove that the following set of algorithm doesn't solve this problem. Alright, conflict. Satisfy shorter rejected one. These two, but longer ones accepted, but here. I think this one, cause like first two then can replace by longer. This one can be shorter, so this one must satisfy to be true. Let's check. Yes, that's correct once again. Let's see why. Algorithm accepts A and C, but A can be replaced by shorter B, so doesn't meet the third criterion. Once again, the red cross. Not going to repeat again. So last but not least, third practice question. to be determined what's going to be like. So I'll click continue here. Yeah, what's one way to construct a counterexample? If flight is at least A, B, and C, what property would prove that it doesn't solve the problem? Flight A starts after and ends before flight B. Starts before and ends after flight B. Solve this problem. Conflict accepted 1. So if I try to consider a previous two, which one should start here? Starts after and ends before flight B. Yeah, starts after and ends before flight B must be the contradiction, not before and ends. I think that this one should be correct as an assumption. Let's check. Oops, actually, it starts before and ends after flight B. A bit of a contradiction, minor error, but never mind. Let's see why for its reasoning. Algorithm will always let flight A starts before and ends after flight B. Won't satisfy a third criterion. Oh yeah, A, B, and C. Always flight A starts before and ends after B. Won't satisfy a third criterion. Oh yeah. B is shorter than both A and C, so third criterion, like shorter rejected 1 to be replaced by A, would not be met. Just a minor mistake that I did not recognize how it works. But anyway, I'll try to conclude this lesson by clicking on this finish tab here. Yes, lesson complete. Once again, I've did lots of practice questions and basic lesson from the beginning here, so you can see I've gained 175 XP this time out. Continue. Boom. Wow, it's officially a learning habit. From back to recording this Brilliant.org on Saturday, and I've done the lesson on Monday. It's 3 days streak in a row, so like a learning habit, kind of something I have to engage with these educational videos as usual. That's what I'm supposed to continue these recordings in a matter of days before I return to my university semester as usual. But I'll tell you later about it, so continue. Yes, it's better in the app. Over 95% of mobile learners prefer it. Okay, your goal is given, but I don't need to scan because I generally don't do this Brilliant.org on mobile app. Not my preference, but I prefer on PC. So continue. Oh, strong showing. Finish in 8th position for the last 2 days on the weekend. Still maintaining your spot in the Tungsten League. That's not too bad. At least I should engage really harder in Brilliant.org to push for promotion to next league is kind of my next ambition I need to focus on. But this is not too important to tell you more about it, so continue. Wait. As a reminder once again, this Brilliant.org has several personalized ads. Just keep displaying on your Brilliant.org screen when you generally don't know why they keep appearing, because like for free users, not accessing premium can have to accept this personalized ads appearing here. Anyway, here, level up your learning with premium. I'm not going to repeat you about it, so remind me later. Just wait for a moment. Alright, there we have it. Agrammatic thinking. I've completed and done this testing algorithms, but next exercise, modifying an algorithm, is something I need to keep focusing on exercise next time out. Anyway, that's it all for this educational video that I'm creating for all of you today so far. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and if you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to add a like as always and subscribe to my YouTube channel for other similar educational videos, and as well as other edited modified videos about me like gaming, gym workout, and many more. So why not go to my YouTube channel, Rooney Lin, and discover a lot more contents if you wish to do so. But I'll still keep progressing Brilliant.org courses and lessons and exercises, a lot many more to keep you updated with these in the future. Right, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Anyway, that's it for today, everyone. Take care, guys. Cheers. Bye.